Do demons know the future? In short, the answer is no, but I'm going to explain. I'm a former psychic medium, and in the readings that I used to do, there were lots of predictions in those readings. So how are these demons even making the predictions to start? They have been around for ages, my friends, for ages. They've been studying. They are familiar spirits. They know more about you and your family than you do. They see your patterns. They see your routines. They are observing. They're watching. So I like to give this little analogy, right? Let's say that you're married and your wife or husband gets up every day, 6 a.m., they put on the coffee, they go to the gym, they come back, and they take a shower every single day. Now, they're doing this for days, right? And let's say it's 300 days. On the 301st day, if I asked you what your spouse was going to do that day, what would you probably say? What would you predict? But here's the thing. That day, something completely different could have happened. Maybe they didn't feel like the cup of coffee. Maybe their stomach was bothering them. I don't know. You don't know. The point is that you probably would have had about 98, 99% accuracy on that prediction, but because you're not God, because you're not all-knowing, you would not know with 100%. Demons are far more powerful and intelligent than we are, and if we could have an accuracy rate like that, imagine theirs. But ultimately, remember, they are not God and they don't know all things. And here's the sinister agenda with this. They've told you things in the reading already that they have seen, so they can report that with 100% accuracy. They can tell you things in those readings that nobody else could have seen or would have known. And now you're hanging on to that information. So when you get the prediction, well, that must be true. That's probably going to happen because after all, they just told me X, Y, and Z. Some of these predictions are going to provoke fear. Some of these predictions are going to lead you to do things that are completely against God, of course. And this is very destructive, and this will lead you down the rabbit hole of destruction that you've already entered into anyway by giving these demons legal permission by having the reading. It just gets further. You may think the answer to this is trying to gain control over the situation, maybe go for a different reading, maybe buy some crystals. Do you see how they've hooked you now? Please, 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 just don't mess around with divination. Please, it's demonic. God is clear from the beginning of his word to the end of his word not to practice any form of divination. Astrology, numerology, psychics, necromancy, fortune telling, interpreting omens, on and on and on. Not because he's an angry grandpa or a buzzkill, but because he wants to protect you. He doesn't want you going and communicating with the devils, okay? If you have any questions about this, need any help, please don't hesitate to write to me at www.expsychicsave.com. I hope this helped.